Me or the plate? Me or the plate?
The plate. Come on with that steak.
Y'all hate marriage so much is because marriage was never meant to be an institution for poor people. Poor people were never supposed to get married. All that cooking and cleaning that y'all be doing is not something that women who got married have historically done for most of marriage, right? Marriage used to be an institution for rich people to pass down wealth, resource, land, and assets, right? And those rich people would have maids, they would have cooks, they would have all types of stuff, right? The woman's sole job really was to have children. That's it. Like, women didn't start cooking and cleaning, right, until poor men fought for access to the institution of marriage because they didn't have access to wealth, land, right? So that means they didn't have access to women. So when women agreed, stupidly, to marry poor men is when y'all agreed to be maids and servants. But that is not originally what the institution of marriage was created for. So if you're miserable in marriage, it's probably because you're married to a poor man. You're married to a brokey. And I'm not saying this to hate for impoverished people. Bitch, I'm broke too. Like, I get it. But broke people was never supposed to get married. Like, fighting for that right, men knew that women wouldn't give them sex and children unless they married them, right? Because that was the standard. So they fought for the right to marry for love instead of for property and resources, right? That is where the concept of marrying for love comes from, because men didn't have money. So now women are in a position where they are in relationships with working class people. They having to put up twice the work, right? Because originally the woman's main role was to give birth. That in itself was a lot. So being married to a rich person, having money, like them having land, having resources, having access to societal power, it was worth that. Now I don't know why y'all getting married. Actually, now I don't know why you're getting married. If you make more money than your man and y'all married, the concept of marriage actually doesn't even make sense. If y'all equally make the same amount of money, okay, but if you're still doing all the labor and stuff, it doesn't make sense. That's why I say, like, if you know historically why an institution is created, then you will know why you're using it wrong. Y'all hate marriage because y'all using it wrong. Poor people was never supposed to get married, period. It was never supposed to be for poor people.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and bitches like that make my brain fucking hurt. Now, aside from the fact that she's fucking wrong, the institution of marriage wasn't just for people with money. She sounds mad retarded. Not only that, I've actually AI'd this shit, right? And I didn't use fucking Google. But it says right here, early colonial period, 17th and 18th century, informal unions. Marriage was often informal, based on common law and seen as a contract or business deal between families, with love developing after the union, right? So that was the early shit. Far as back as the 1600s, right? The earliest recorded marriages in Massachusetts was 1639. By the time the 17th and the 18th and 19th century rolled around, it was because of love. Now, to her point that talking about broke women getting married to broke dudes and they becoming maids. First of all, people with money that got married, the woman didn't cook or clean. So I failed to realize how she correlated that too, but I digress. Then she goes on to say that women are using marriage wrong. How so, ma'am? If you love somebody and you want to have offspring and you amass things together like houses, property, real estate, stocks, bonds, whatever, you have children to leave it to. Bitch, you can't leave it to yourself. You can't have children without another man or without sperm. So, yeah, then there's that. 2, marriage was instituted on an unofficial basis based off of what the fuck I'm thinking. Most women want to get married because they don't want to sleep in a cold bed in their fucking late years. I'm just gonna put that out there. All the shit about women talking about, well, you might as well not get married. Yeah, well, men are cool with solitude. We'll just beat it until we can't beat it no more. Women don't like cold beds. I've slept with too many women, dated too many women to know that they don't like sleeping alone. That's not me. That's not arrogance. That's not confidence or even bravado saying this. That's a fucking fact. I've heard it verbatim from too many women to know that it isn't. Now, it might be some bubbleheads out there that don't mind sleeping alone, right? But they not in their 60s. So then there's that. She also goes and saying, if you make more money than your man, then you're getting married for no reason. And that's not necessarily true, because if you love the person and you're willing to work with them, which is a concept that these young bitches are just unfamiliar with. If you're willing to work with him, right, and he got a dream or you got a dream, right? Let's say you want to open up a bakery or a boutique shop, right? You can't do everything yourself, so you need help. If that man's willing to help you grow your boutique or your bakery or whatever business, or you're willing to help invest some of your bread into his construction business or whatever, as a union, two people come together and make one. Whatever he generates is yours, and whatever you generate is his, right? It's both of y'all's. I don't know what's up with this, like, and I think it's a younger generation. You have some old cows out there that be like having the same train of thinking. Well, if I get married, it's gonna be my money and his money is gonna be separate. It's like, no, like, you're literally one and the same. You're supposed to treat his money like your money and your money like his money, because it is. And if it's real love and you guys aren't scumbags with ulterior motives, then it shouldn't matter, right? And like, if you're not married to a thief and he's not married to a thief, you should be able to share, because you have the love. And when you have the love and you're good people and you have good intentions, you don't have to worry about shit like that. But a lot of people nowadays, well, let's just say they pride fucking scammers. So they already starting off don't have no type of morals, principles, ethics, integrity, or whatever the fuck else is needed to be an honest and upstanding person. They're scumbags by nature. Now, I don't know if the internet did that shit or they just grew up, like, I don't know, poisoned sperm and eggs that just came together and made dumb people. But the fact that I have to spell this out for a lot of people, namely the younger generation, is baffling. It's mind-boggling. It's like, this is things that, like, this is common sense. But I'm starting to learn as I get older, common sense isn't common. And a lot of people, namely the younger generation, they not that bright, even though they got the internet, which is another thing that perplexes me. Like, how the fuck you got a computer in your back pocket and you don't know shit? So yeah, like, that's what the institution of marriage is, leading up and through the modern world. That's why we use it. But like, a lot of people, namely y'all women, is out here scheming and scamming and bamming, right? You're not in it for good intentions. You're trying to use the man. Shit, half of you motherfuckers put out these videos on social media giving prostitution different names: a benefactor, a sugar daddy, a partner with benefits. Like, you want to call it everything but prostitution. Look, just be ladies of the night, right? You got your Cash App in your damn bio, free for bookings. What the fuck they booking? Last time I checked, y'all don't do no acting. What am I booking you for? I'm booking you so you can basically book me for my watch. In the words of Casanova 2 times, you trying to book me for my watch. Everybody getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like living in it, like masquerading as like prostitutes masquerading as good women, which you're not. It's a plethora of videos. I too many to count, but every time I turn on social media, it's a young dumb 20-something-year-old or a 20 to 30-year-old motherfucker talking about if he can't pay your bills and do this, that, and third, like you're a bum. Like, there's bare essentials that you should be able to take care of your damn self, right? Getting your hair, nails, your lashes, all that stuff done. That's all you. That'd be like if a man walked around saying, man, for a woman to date me, she got to give me some tennis shoes, get my hair cut. That's stuff you already supposed to do. That's default shit. Right? You was getting your hair cut before you met her. Keep getting it cut, nigga. Y'all was getting y'all lashes, nails, and makeup done before you met him. Keep doing that, right? A man comes in your life to make your life better in the sense of your bills, right? Responsibilities that you don't want to have. Makeup is not really a responsibility. It's a duty. You know know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be taken as a dusty ass chick, it behoove you to get your damn nails, lashes, and all that shit done. Just like if a dude is trying to go out in the dating world, he don't want to be taken for a dusty nigga. It would behoove him to get his hair cut, keep his shoes clean, and like keep his aesthetic mildly like taken care of, manicured, right? So he ain't walking around here, this motherfucker looking like he a dusty nigga, right? Because looking dusty is a surefire way. You ain't gonna get no chicks. You ain't gonna attract nothing, right? Same thing with women. But you can do that on your own. It's called being self-reliant. Some things that people just don't need to do for you as a grown-up. Now, if you're poor, inexperienced, don't got no chips and no skills, yeah, then you flatbacking. And masquerading is a relationship. And I'm just gonna be the only person that's honest enough to say it, like, ma'am, you're a whore. And it's okay. Like, I've said it in countless videos, I don't knock working women, sex workers, whatever. Just keep it 100. There's too many people frauding, trying to say something, trying to change the game. You ain't gonna change the game. Let me just put that out there for you young dummies. You're not gonna change the game. The game is to be sold, not to be told. And the fact that I'm telling you motherfuckers, I'm actually violating the rule. But the game is the game. Just like you can't change air, you ain't gonna change water. You ain't gonna give it a new name. You ain't gonna change how babies are made, or at least not in this not for another century. So it's the same thing with everything else. You ain't gonna change shit. A lot of y'all are trying to change the game and just need to play the game how it's supposed to be set, right? Because at the very least, at this point, y'all losing. The men don't like y'all. Y'all want to front like you don't like the men. Then you got women that double back, talk about how men ain't asking them out. Like, yeah, well, that's why you fucking up the dynamic. For this woman, I don't think nobody with a half working brain is taking her serious. She looks like she's like mid-20s, early 30s. She's not that intelligent. Nobody that like knows how to use common sense is referring to her video. It probably went viral for all the wrong reasons, right? Because she sounds like an ignoramus, not because she dropping knowledge. Ma'am, there's another thing. So a lot of you lesbians masquerading like straight women. Look, if you want to date a female, just say that shit. Stop trying to pretend like you trying to get in the groove and you trying to drop gems. Because right now, the shit you kicking sounds stupid and you need to read a book. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.